in Muscatine, just down the road, the second oldest of 5 children. My parents are Mark and Sharon, and they still live in Muscatine, as do all of my siblings except my youngest, who is a junior at the University of Iowa in Iowa City. And so there's just a mess of cousins around Muscatine, and thankfully, really, most of my aunts and uncles and cousins have remained in the area. So we were all members of St. Matthias, St. Mary Matthias Parish there, and that's where we went to Mass on the weekends, and the parish that we were involved with. Being interested in the priesthood honestly started from a young age. At that point, it was just kind of a thought that would come to mind, and I don't know where it came from or what it was, except that, you know, when you go to Mass on Sundays, as a young kid, the priest is the one profession that you are always kind of encountering or you see up front and center. So it wasn't a foreign idea that priests exist and that it is, in a sense, a job. But then as I grew older, I was always blessed to have some younger and influential priests at my home parish in Muscatine that kind of put a human face to the priesthood and honestly allowed it to become something that I myself could do, or at least pursue and think about a bit more. And so, yeah, from a young age in elementary school, I would play Mass around the house. My younger brother Luke would be my altar server. So that was kind of like the infancy of a thought about priesthood. But as I grew older and had good priest role models, had a couple cousins who had religious vocations as well, I was able to see kind of the human aspect of it, and that actually, even if you give your life away to God and service to the church, that there's a lot of joy and peace that comes with it as well. And so really the process has been one of kind of coming together of what I sense to be God's call and will for my life, and what I sense I can do, you know, with His help. And so it's been a process, but then obviously getting to ordination a little over 3 weeks ago was something that was really marked with a good sense of inner peace and just a lot of joy. And that's really kind of what I sensed the day of the ordination, and that entire weekend with my first Mass and the 3 week sense is just a lot of joy, not just in my own life, but kind of sensing that joy that's been surrounding me. And that's been super helpful, because I've kind of noticed more and more that my vocation to the priesthood isn't something I did just for myself because I thought it would be cool or because I just always really wanted to do it, but that it's actually a gift from God for the church. And that I think that's what's led to so much joy of those around me, that they kind of sense God taking care of the church. And that's ultimately brought me a lot of joy, but also a lot of humility as well. So hopefully through my example, people closer to my age can see that Jesus is real, that our faith has something for them, isn't just something that has to be a rote habit that we do on Sundays, but actually can be incredibly influential throughout the week in their day-to-day lives. And that the church actually has something for them, that it's offering them something that the world isn't.